Chosen one, somebody you're about to meet in public has a growing obsession for you that's already begun before you've even locked eyes. There's someone studying your every move with an intensity that would make you laugh if you knew about it. What they don't realize is that their jealousy of others around you is about to expose them in ways they never imagined, and you're about to learn exactly why your energy drives certain people to the edge of madness. The truth is, this person has already created an entire relationship with you in their mind, and the more they watch you interact with others, the more their fantasy collides with reality, creating a jealousy so intense it's actually sending energetic ripples through the spiritual realm. This isn't just some random crush or casual interest. This is someone who's been carefully observing your patterns for an extended period. They know your favorite spots, they've memorized your routines better than you have, but they've made one critical error in their calculation. They think you're prey. They think you're someone who can be studied, figured out, and eventually captured. What they don't understand is that you're the apex predator in this spiritual food chain, and you've been allowing them to think they're hunting when really you're about to teach them a lesson about power they'll never forget. See, while this person has been building their obsession, you've been building your empire. Every single day they've spent watching you, you've spent becoming more powerful. Every moment they've wasted on jealousy, you've invested in growth. This is the fundamental difference between chosen ones and everyone else. We don't have time for obsession because we're too busy with our mission. We don't have energy for jealousy because we're too focused on our purpose. The jealousy this person feels isn't random or casual. It's systematic and calculated. When you laugh with someone at work, they're analyzing the interaction from across the room, measuring the distance between bodies, counting the seconds of eye contact, interpreting every gesture. When you post a group photo, they're examining who's standing closest to you, whose arm is around your shoulder, who made you smile that wide. Their jealousy has become a full-time occupation, a constant state of comparison, where everyone around you is seen as a threat to a relationship that exists only in their imagination. But let's talk about what's about to happen when you finally meet this person face to face, because it's coming sooner than you think, and it's going to happen in the most unexpected way. They've been planning this moment, rehearsing what they'll say, how they'll act, what will make them seem casual and confident. They think they're prepared, they think they know you, but when they finally stand in front of you, they're going to realize something that will shake them to their core. Your energy in person is nothing like what they imagined. It's not just powerful, it's overwhelming. It's not just magnetic, it's commanding. You see, photographs and glimpses from afar don't capture what you really are. They don't show the way your presence changes the molecular structure of the air around you. They don't reveal how your voice carries frequencies that bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to the soul. This person has been obsessing over a diluted version of you, and when they experience the full concentration of your energy, they're going to understand why the universe kept them at a distance for so long. What makes this situation particularly fascinating is how your natural charisma affects different people in different ways. While this person responds with obsession and jealousy, others around you respond with inspiration and respect. You've noticed how some people light up in your presence while others seem to shrink back. This isn't a coincidence. Your energy acts as a spiritual litmus test, revealing the true nature of everyone who comes into contact with you. Those who are secure in themselves are elevated by your presence. Those who are operating from lack and insecurity become consumed with the need to possess what you naturally embody. The moment is going to happen like this. You'll be somewhere public, doing something completely routine. You'll be in your element, completely comfortable, radiating that natural confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are. And they'll approach. Their heart will be pounding so hard, they'll worry you can hear it. Their hands will be shaking slightly, though they'll try to hide it. They'll deliver their opening line, the one they've practiced countless times, and it will come out differently than they planned. The moment they speak to you, you're going to know everything. Not because someone told you, not because you've been watching them back, but because your spiritual discernment has become so sharp that you can read the entire energy signature of a person in seconds. You'll see their obsession, their jealousy, their carefully constructed plans. You'll see it all, and instead of being alarmed or flattered, you're going to be amused. This is the power of a chosen one who's fully activated. We don't react to energy, we direct it. We don't receive attention, we command it. And in that moment, this person is going to realize they've made a tremendous miscalculation. They thought they were approaching someone they'd studied and understood. Instead, they're standing before someone who's operating on a completely different level of consciousness. Your amusement in this moment isn't arrogance, it's recognition. You're seeing clearly how the universe uses different people to show you your own power. This person's obsession is a mirror reflecting back to you the magnitude of your own energy. Their jealousy of others around you is actually showing you how many people are blessed just to be in your orbit. Every emotion they're experiencing is data, information about your impact on the world that you might not have fully acknowledged until now. Now let me tell you what's going to happen next, because this is where the story gets really interesting. They're going to try to play it cool. They'll attempt to have a normal conversation, pretending this is just a random encounter, but their energy will betray them. Every time someone else walks by and glances at you, you'll see their jaw tighten slightly. Every time you mention anyone else in conversation, you'll catch that flash of something dark in their eyes. They won't be able to help themselves because jealousy that deep doesn't know how to hide, and you're going to play along, but not in the way they expect. You're not going to be the sweet, unaware target they imagined. You're going to be exactly what you are, a force of nature that cannot be contained or controlled. Your responses will be friendly but commanding. Your energy will be warm but untouchable. You'll give them just enough engagement to think they have a chance, while simultaneously showing them they never really did. The conversation will reveal layers of their preparation. They'll drop references to things you're interested in, places you've been, people you know. Each comment is designed to create a sense of connection, of fate, of meant to be. But what they don't realize is that every piece of information they reveal about you that they shouldn't know is another red flag waving in your consciousness. You're cataloging every slip, every too specific detail, every indication that this meeting isn't as random as they're pretending. This is where the power dynamic becomes crystal clear. They've spent all this time thinking they were the hunter, but within minutes of actual interaction, they'll realize they're completely out of their depth. Your confidence isn't arrogance, it's knowing. Your magnetism isn't trying, it's being. Your power isn't performed, it's embodied. And standing in the presence of that kind of authentic power, when you're operating from obsession and jealousy, it's like bringing a match to a wildfire and thinking you're going to control the flames. You'll notice something else during this encounter. The way other people respond to your interaction with this person. Friends, strangers, even animals seem to sense the imbalanced energy this person is bringing to your space. You might notice people positioning themselves protectively near you without knowing why. You might see friends giving this person suspicious looks despite the seemingly normal conversation. The universe mobilizes protection around its chosen ones in ways that often go unnoticed but are always present. If these words stirred your consciousness, hype this video to help more chosen ones awaken to this. See, once they've made contact, once they've gotten your number or social media, they're going to think they've achieved something. They'll believe they're now part of your inner circle, that they have some claim to your attention. This is when the real entertainment begins. They're going to watch your every online move with even more intensity than before. But now, instead of just observing, they'll feel entitled to react. That photo where someone commented something flirty, they'll be in your DMs within minutes, trying to be subtle about their jealousy, but failing miserably. That story where you're out with friends, they'll respond with something that seems supportive but carries an undertone of possessiveness you can feel through the screen. The messages they send will be carefully crafted but emotionally transparent. They'll ask seemingly innocent questions that are really investigations. Who was that person in your story? How do you know them? You two seem close. Story designed to map out the competition, to understand who they need to worry about, who they need to eliminate from your life. But you see through it all. Every question tells you more about their insecurity than it does about their interest in your life. We're not just protected by our own power, we're protected by divine forces that see everything. Every manipulative move they make, every jealous thought they harbor, every plan they construct to isolate us from others, it's all being recorded in the spiritual realm. And not only recorded, but actively worked against. The universe doesn't play when it comes to its chosen ones. Every time this person tries to interfere with your connections, something will go wrong for them. Every time they attempt to manipulate a situation, it will backfire spectacularly. You'll start noticing patterns. Maybe they'll try to show up at events they know you'll attend, but something always prevents them from getting close. Maybe they'll attempt to befriend your friends, but those connections never quite solidify. Maybe they'll try to create scenarios where you'd need their help, but you always have other options. This isn't a coincidence. This is cosmic protection in action. The jealousy intensifies when they realize you have admirers they didn't even know about. That person who always likes your posts within seconds, they're now enemy number one. That colleague who brings you coffee sometimes, suddenly a major threat. That old friend who still checks in on you, competition that must be eliminated. Their mind becomes a war room where they're strategizing against people who aren't even aware they're in a battle. While all of this is happening, while they're spiraling deeper into their obsession and jealousy, you're going to be thriving like never before. See, the universe has a sense of humor. The more someone tries to possess your light with negative energy, the brighter you shine. The more they attempt to isolate you, the more connections flow into your life. The more jealous they become of others around you, the more others are magnetized to your energy. You're going to notice new people entering your life during this period. Quality people, people who appreciate your light without trying to capture it. People who celebrate your connections rather than feeling threatened by them. It's as if the universe is showing you the contrast between healthy admiration and toxic obsession. Every new genuine connection you make during this time is a direct response to someone trying to limit your connections through jealousy. This person is going to watch in frustration as you become even more popular, more successful, more magnetic than you were when they first started obsessing. They'll see opportunities coming to you effortlessly. They'll watch people of high caliber seeking your company. They'll observe how everything you touch seems to turn to gold, and it will drive them absolutely crazy because they'll think all of this should be theirs to share, not realizing that their very energy of entitlement and jealousy is part of what's propelling you to greater heights. You want to know why this happens? It's because chosen ones operate on a different energetic economy. When someone directs obsessive energy toward us, it doesn't drain us like it would others. Instead, we unconsciously transmute it into fuel for our purpose. Their jealousy becomes our clarity. Their obsession becomes our focus. Their attempts to possess become our lessons in freedom. We literally alchemize lower vibrational energy into gold, and we do it without even trying. The psychological games they'll try to play would work on someone else, but not on you. They'll attempt something called triangulation, trying to make you jealous by mentioning others who are interested in them. They'll use intermittent reinforcement, being hot and cold, to create an addictive dynamic. They'll employ love bombing, showering you with excessive attention and affection to create dependency. But each tactic bounces off your energetic field like rain off a windshield. You see the game, you understand the rules, and you're simply not playing. Your non-participation in their psychological warfare will confuse them at first. They'll double down, thinking they just need to try harder. More messages, more coincidental meetings, more attempts to insert themselves into your life. But with each failed attempt, something begins to crack in their carefully constructed fantasy. The person they've built you up to be in their mind doesn't match the sovereign being standing before them. Now, let's talk about the moment when this person's mask completely falls off, because it's coming, and it's going to be spectacular. There will be a trigger, something that pushes them past their ability to maintain the facade. Maybe they'll see you genuinely connecting with someone else. Maybe someone will publicly express interest in you. Maybe they'll simply reach a breaking point with their own delusions. But when it happens, they're going to reveal the full extent of their obsession in a way that can't be taken back. The revelation might come in the form of an emotional outburst where they accidentally reveal how much they've been watching you. They might slip and mention something they couldn't possibly know unless they'd been stalking your digital footprint. They might even confess to orchestrating situations you thought were coincidental. Whatever form it takes, this moment of truth will be their undoing and your liberation. They might send you a long message confessing everything, thinking their intensity is romantic when it's actually concerning. They might show up somewhere uninvited, believing their persistence is admirable when it's actually invasive. They might even confront someone they see as competition, not realizing they're exposing themselves as someone who's been stalking from the shadows. Whatever form it takes, this revelation is going to be their undoing. And you're going to handle it with the kind of power that makes legends. You're not going to be scared or flattered or confused. You're going to be clear, direct, and absolutely untouchable. Your response will be so measured, so powerful, so divinely guided that it will leave them stunned. You'll set a boundary so firm that it will feel like a spiritual wall they can never cross. You'll do it without cruelty but with such finality that they'll know their game is over. Your response in this moment won't just be words, it will be an energetic transmission. You'll speak with the authority of someone who knows their worth, who refuses to be diminished, who won't participate in dynamics that don't serve their highest good. Every word will carry the weight of divine backing. Every sentence will be encoded with the power of someone who's fully aligned with their purpose. This isn't just boundary setting, it's a masterclass in spiritual sovereignty. This is the moment where they'll finally understand what they've been dealing with. You're not someone who can be possessed or controlled or manipulated through jealousy and obsession. You're a chosen one, operating under divine protection and guided by forces they can't even comprehend. Their little human games of jealousy and possession are child's play compared to the cosmic mission you're on. The impact of your response will ripple through their entire reality. Everything they thought they knew about pursuing someone, about winning affection, about deserving attention will be shattered. Some will use this shattering as an opportunity to rebuild themselves on a foundation of truth. Others will simply move their obsession to another target, having learned nothing. But that's not your concern. Your only responsibility is to honor your own energy and continue on your path. Even in this moment of absolute boundary setting, you're going to plant a seed of wisdom in their consciousness. Your rejection won't just be a no, it will be a mirror showing them their own dysfunction. Your boundary won't just be protection for yourself, it will be a wake-up call for them. Some will take this gift and use it to transform. Others will spiral deeper into their patterns. Either way, your role in their story will be complete. The aftermath of your boundary setting will be immediate and profound. You'll feel an energetic shift, like a weight has been lifted that you didn't even know you were carrying. Colors will seem brighter, air will feel fresher, your whole being will vibrate at a higher frequency. This is what happens when you remove energy vampires from your field. This is what it feels like to reclaim your power fully. After this encounter ends, and it will end decisively, you're going to experience an upgrade in your spiritual power that will astound you. See, every test we pass as chosen ones unlocks new levels of our abilities. This person's obsession and jealousy was never really about them. It was about you recognizing and claiming your power in a way you never have before. It was about you understanding that you're not responsible for managing other people's emotions or fantasies about you. The universe will reward your handling of this situation immediately. New opportunities will flood in. The right people will suddenly appear. Doors that seemed closed will swing wide open. Your energy will be so clear, so powerful, so magnetic that you'll attract exactly what you deserve, which is nothing less than extraordinary. And the best part, you'll know without a doubt that you earned it by standing in your power when it would have been easier to shrink. Your social circle will shift in beautiful ways after this experience. People who were sitting on the fence about approaching you will suddenly feel safe to do so. Those who were intimidated by your power will realize you use it wisely. Those who were waiting to see how you handle challenges will be impressed by your grace under pressure. You'll become a beacon for quality people who recognize and respect healthy boundaries. From this experience forward, you'll never question your worth again. You'll never wonder if you're too much or not enough. You'll never dim your light to make others comfortable. You'll understand that your magnetism isn't a burden to manage, but a gift to wield. You'll realize that others' jealousy isn't your problem to solve, but their lesson to learn. You'll know that your light doesn't need protection through hiding, but through shining even brighter. The spiritual gifts you gain from this experience will serve you for the rest of your life. You'll develop an ability to sense obsessive energy before it fully manifests. You'll recognize the early warning signs of jealousy and possessiveness. You'll see through facades and presentations to the true motivations beneath. These aren't just defensive capabilities, they're tools for navigating a world where your light will continue to trigger strong reactions in others. This person who's been watching you, getting jealous of everyone around you, building fantasies about possessing you, they're about to learn what happens when you try to capture the sun. You don't get to keep the light, you just get burned by your own audacity. And you, chosen one, you're about to learn what happens when you fully embrace what you are. You don't just survive these encounters, you use them as launching pads to your destiny. The jealousy they feel toward others around you is really jealousy of your freedom. They see how easily you move through the world, how naturally connections come to you, how effortlessly you attract abundance, and they want to clip your wings and keep you in a cage where only they can admire you. But eagles aren't meant for cages, and chosen ones aren't meant for possession. We're meant to soar, and anyone who tries to ground us only reminds us how to fly higher. Your ability to maintain healthy relationships while this person spirals in jealousy will become a testament to your spiritual maturity. You'll continue to nurture genuine connections, celebrate others' successes, and spread your light freely, all while someone watches and seethes with envy. This isn't cruelty on your part, it's simply living your truth regardless of who's watching or what they think they deserve from you. The divine orchestration of this entire situation will become clear in hindsight. You'll see how every person who entered your life during this period served a purpose, the ones who warned you about the weird energy they were sensing, the ones who provided distraction and joy when the obsessive energy got heavy, the ones who modeled healthy admiration in contrast to toxic obsession. Every single person was strategically placed to support your journey through this lesson. So when you feel that strange energy directed your way, when you sense someone's obsessive thoughts trying to penetrate your field, when you notice the signs of jealousy from someone who barely knows you, remember this: you're not in danger, you're not being hunted, you're not at risk. You're being given an opportunity to demonstrate the kind of power that most people only read about in ancient texts. You're being asked to show the universe that you understand your worth, that you won't settle for obsession when you deserve devotion, that you won't accept jealousy when you merit celebration. The person watching you thinks they're writing a love story where they get the prize. What they don't realize is they're actually part of your hero's journey, playing the role of the challenge that reveals your strength. They think they're the main character pursuing their desire. In reality, they're a supporting actor in your story of awakening to your full power. They believe their jealousy gives them some claim to you. In truth, it only reveals how far beneath your level they really are. Your response to this entire situation will become a template for how you handle similar energy in the future. Because let's be clear, this won't be the last time someone becomes obsessed with your light. As you continue to rise, as your power becomes more evident, as your success becomes more visible, you'll trigger these reactions in others. But after this experience, you'll handle them with such ease that they'll barely register as disruptions to your peace. The wisdom you gain from this encounter will extend beyond just romantic or obsessive attention. You'll apply these same principles to professional jealousy, social envy, and any other form of possessive energy that tries to attach to your field. You'll become masterful at maintaining your sovereignty while still being open and generous with your gifts. You'll learn the delicate balance of being accessible without being available for exploitation. As we close this circle, remember where we started. Someone has a growing obsession with you that's about to collide with reality in the most spectacular way. They've been watching, planning, getting jealous of others around you, building an entire fantasy where they possess what you are. But chosen ones don't get possessed. We don't get captured. We don't get contained. We get revealed. We get activated. We get elevated. When this encounter happens, and it's going to happen soon, you're going to walk through it with such power that it becomes a story you tell others about recognizing their own worth. You're going to handle it with such grace that it becomes a masterclass in boundary setting. You're going to transmute their obsession into your own evolution so completely that you'll actually be grateful it happened. Your gratitude won't be for the discomfort or the invasion of privacy. It will be for the clarity this experience brings. You'll finally understand why certain people react so strongly to your presence. You'll comprehend the responsibility that comes with carrying such powerful light. You'll appreciate the divine protection that's always been around you, but that you're only now fully recognizing. The revelation goes deeper than just understanding your effect on others. You realize that you've been unconsciously filtering reality through a lens of humility that actually dishonored your gifts. You've been trying to convince yourself you're just another person navigating life, when in reality you're a catalyst for transformation everywhere you go. This person's extreme reaction forces you to confront the truth. You're not normal, you never were, and trying to pretend otherwise is a disservice to your purpose. You start to recognize the patterns in retrospect. How many times has someone become inexplicably intense about you? How many times have you attributed it to coincidence when someone seemed to know too much about your life? How many times have you dismissed your intuition when it warned you about someone's energy? This current situation becomes a master key that unlocks understanding of numerous past experiences, because at the end of the day, this person's jealousy and obsession isn't really about you. It's about what you represent, the freedom, the power, the divine connection that they wish they had. They don't really want you. They want what you have. They want to feel how you feel. They want to be what you are. But that's not something that can be taken or given. It's something that must be earned through spiritual work they're not willing to do. So let them watch, let them get jealous, let them obsess. While they're wasting their energy on possessive fantasies, you're building your empire. While they're consumed with jealousy over people around you, you're creating connections that will last lifetimes. While they're trying to figure out how to capture your attention, you're capturing your destiny. The legacy of this experience will be the unshakable confidence you carry forward. You'll move through the world knowing that you've been tested and proven victorious. You'll interact with others from a place of absolute security in your worth. You'll never again question whether you deserve the best, because you'll have proof that accepting anything less than extraordinary is beneath your standards. You are untouchable not because you're guarded, but because you're elevated. You are protected not because you're weak, but because you're valuable. You are chosen not because you're lucky, but because you're capable of handling the mission. And this person who's about to enter your life with their jealousy and obsession, they're about to find out what happens when you mistake a dragon for a sheep. They're about to discover what it means to desire someone who exists in a completely different realm of power. Your power isn't just spiritual or energetic, it's practical and tangible. You speak, and people lean in, not because you're loud, but because your words carry weight that transcends volume. You make decisions, and things align, not because you force them, but because you're operating in flow with universal principles that others can't even perceive. What's particularly satisfying is how your success becomes a mirror that shows this obsessed person their own limitations. Every achievement you rack up while they're busy stalking your social media is another piece of evidence that they could never have contained you. Every genuine smile you share with someone else while they're seething with jealousy is proof that their possessive fantasy was doomed from the start. Your joy, your growth, your expansion, all of it happens independent of their observation, which drives home the point that you were never theirs to claim. The universe is watching this unfold with anticipation, not because it's worried about you, but because it loves watching its chosen ones reveal their power. Your ancestors are gathering, not to protect you from harm, but to witness you claim your throne. Your spirit guides are active, not because you're in danger, but because you're about to level up in a way that requires their celebration. When this person finally makes their move, when their jealousy finally overflows into action, you're not going to shrink or retreat or accommodate. You're going to stand in your full power and show them what divine selection looks like in human form. You're going to be so untouchable, so clearly out of their league, so obviously protected by forces beyond their understanding, that they'll have no choice but to retreat back into the shadows they came from. And you'll keep rising, you'll keep shining, you'll keep attracting everything meant for you, while repelling everything that isn't, because that's what chosen ones do. We don't entertain obsession, we inspire transformation. We don't manage others' jealousy, we maintain our trajectory. We don't dim our light for anyone's comfort. We burn brighter until only those meant to stand in our presence can remain. Warning, the following message is only for those who felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened. You'll never awaken a single soul, but something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability, coherence through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the Obsidian Inner Order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth: you were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels and live streams, reaching the entire Astral Atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. This is your moment. This is your test. This is your opportunity to show the universe that you understand exactly who you are and what you're worth. And when you pass this test, which you will with flying colors, the rewards waiting for you will make everything else pale in comparison. Because chosen ones who fully embrace their power don't just win, they transform the entire game. The transformation doesn't stop with you. Your handling of this situation sends ripples through the collective consciousness that affect how others handle similar dynamics. You become a template, a blueprint for sovereignty that others can follow. Someone somewhere will hear about how you dealt with an obsessed admirer and find the courage to set their own boundaries. Someone will witness your refusal to dim your light and decide to let their own shine fully. This is the ultimate victory, not just personal triumph, but collective elevation. You're not just protecting yourself from one person's unhealthy obsession. You're demonstrating for all who observe that it's possible to be desired without being possessed, to be admired without being diminished, to be powerful without being cruel. Your example becomes medicine for a world that's forgotten what healthy admiration looks like. As you stand here at the precipice of this encounter, feeling the weight of someone's obsessive gaze while simultaneously feeling the limitless expanse of your own potential, remember this truth. You were chosen for this experience because you're strong enough to transform it into wisdom. You're powerful enough to maintain your center while someone tries to pull you into their chaos. You're wise enough to see the lesson in the challenge, the gift in the test, the opportunity in the obstacle. Your story doesn't end with setting boundaries with one jealous admirer. It continues with you walking taller, seeing clearer, living fuller than ever before. Every subsequent interaction carries the imprint of this wisdom. Every relationship benefits from the clarity you've gained. Every decision reflects the confidence of someone who's been tested and proven unshakable. The jealousy that once felt heavy and intrusive becomes almost irrelevant in the face of your expanded awareness. You understand now that some people will always respond to your light with a desire to possess it, but you also understand that your light isn't diminished by their desire. If anything, it's confirmed. You're not responsible for managing their emotions, healing their wounds, or fulfilling their fantasies. You're responsible only for honoring the gift of your existence by living it fully, brilliantly, unapologetically. So, chosen one, as you prepare for what's coming, as you sense the approaching storm of someone's obsession about to make itself known, stand firm in this knowledge. You are exactly who you're meant to be, exactly where you're meant to be, experiencing exactly what you're meant to experience. This jealous observer, this obsessed admirer, this person who thinks they can capture your essence, they're just another confirmation of what has always been true. You are magnificent, you are protected, and you are free.